Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. We are coming back to Footfall to wrap up Act 4. I hope wrap up Act 4 at the very least. We're going to land on the planet. We're going to see what it's all about and get into all sorts of trouble. The atrium is the only place we are allowed. We're taking Jay with us. We're going to get rid of Mazrahai because she sort of fills the same-ish space. And we're going to bring the lovely Cabela. As much as I love taking our husbando with us, I don't think now is the time. He is really not holding up in terms of pure damage output, as Cabela is, who is just an absolute godforsaken monster. Cabela is much better. Yeah, I agree. The eminent Lord Captain awaits you in the square, your lordship.
Embrace true power.
Zeta Mew. The tech priest who sports an explorator emblem on his scarlet robe says salutary function initiated. Glory to House Von Valancius. State your request. Who are you? Identification request accepted. Acceptable response found. Hear and heed. This unit's identifier is Trade Terminal Zeta Mu. Designated purpose, processing trade and information requests and offers made to the AdMech reconnaissance fleet. Where is Opticon? The Opticon was instructed to leave the location of Footfall and head to the strategic location of Euphrates 2 in order to provide support. After standard rites were performed, it was deemed adequate functional replacement and received the blessing to process requests. I want to make a deal. Fail to parse requests. Are you seeking to access the trading interface? How are you doing under Incendia Chorda's rule? Hear and heed. This unit's rogue trader Incendia Bastel Chorda and the specific unit's actions have no significant effect on the operation of the mission. Why do you keep saying glory to the Omnisaya? Declined. All right, this guy's annoying. I don't really have anything to trade you right now. No. Unwilling to die, the bar patrons made their last stand right here.
Cover my path.
Servo Skull. Incoming damage reduced by 30%. That's pretty good. Oh. Rat hunting. Accompany Jay to Footfall. Well, Shireen, what do we have here? A cowardly ashmeg who wants to get his paws on my certificate without working up a sweat. Considering the circumstances currently affecting Footfall, the only fitting place this filth could be hiding is in the sewers. A nasty spot with a powerful whiff about it, that's true. But I swear to you, Shireen, you won't come up with a better trap for Falco. I know these tunnels like the back of my hand, and the most delicious part of it all is that the ashmeg chose to go in there. He'll wish he hadn't, of course. That's only if the Azzy doesn't mess things up for us and everything goes to plan. And if it doesn't... She breaks off, her shoulders sagging under the weight of her doubts. If it doesn't, my gang are dead, Shireen. One wrong move, one wrong word. Throne take the ashmeg. Why is everything so difficult? Perhaps I should just give him the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. Falco's not a complete idiot. He won't risk such a valuable payoff. He'll hold up his end of the deal and give me Chorda and the others. How do we get into the tunnels? Most of the passages have been sealed off by Chorda's hounds, but there's definitely one they haven't got to. Time to pay a visit to Octi and the Adeptus Amasekius, Shireen. Explain your plan in detail. The gist of it is we need to go in the sewer tunnels of Footfall, connect a tank of sleeping gas to the old ventilation system, and direct the airflow to Falco's hideout. Of course, pray to the Exalted One that the Ashmeg jackals don't spot us. It's true, Shireen, it's going to be trickier than it seems. Falco is desperate, so he's bound to have his thugs patrolling the tunnels. If we go crashing down there, he'll know something's afoot, and when Falco's feeling jumpy, heads roll. Where are we going to get the sleeping gas? I've acquired it already. All right. All right. Time to go into the sewers, then.
I tread a path unexplored.
I mean, we got a few things we got to do.
Our Killjoy had a real chance of becoming the first arbitrator in the sector's history who ended his days in prison. A waste of a good legend, if you ask me.
The Lord Captain's mercy is great indeed. The Proctor had better remember it well, and remain grateful for the rest of his life.
True that. Well, it looks like they've been killing a lot of my heretics. This isn't good for us. The dual blade wielding robot, the Rustwalker? Yeah. No, my heretics. My sweet, delicious, noxious heretics. You know what? I'm taking screenshots here for like YouTube thumbnails. I don't think I can put a hanging body in a YouTube thumbnail. I'm pretty sure I'll get in trouble for that. Anver. Used to burn rats in the docks. Same difference. Are they all Anvers? Piracy, heresy, piracy, blasphemy, dissent. Oh yeah. The Drusins.
World trembles beneath my feet.
Oh man. Incendia Chorda is really Incendia Chorda'd up this place. The Inquisition? Uh-oh. Don't like that, none. You know what? Let's keep going this way. Shoved a flamer down the throat of this Chorda soldier and burned his entrails. Okay, so some people are fighting back. Who's this suspicious prowler? 2 in the first patrol, 3 in the second. You've got the 3 first. They've got shotguns. Oh. Yeah, Incendia Chorda is literally holding court. Well, we're going to have to free all of our heretical friends. And also, I hate Incendia Chorda, so... Cyber Raven gains 35 willpower and 100 max wounds. These are just like not as good as the upgrades we have. Real heretic doesn't care about the rubes he uses. You're right. You make a very valid point. Our families are starving. We only took a couple of Nutribars. Lies! I see clearly with my naked eyes. The corruption that has engulfed your nature, only the cleansing fire can absolve you now. Guilty! Why does she just have this, like, guy kneeling next to her? You know what? Probably better we don't ask. She looks like she just psychered him. Is this fire cleansing enough for you, you crazy hag? The Emperor protects me. Burn him. Well, at least people are trying to take shots. She's got that Karen aura. I mean, unless you're going dogmatic, where then you're like, you're my best friend. Incendia Chorda is absorbed in reading a long strip of parchment. Her left hand is holding a silver spoon, of which she's carefully scooping up brain matter from the open skull of the man contorted next to her. Oh, that's what he's doing there. Biggest Dirk von Valancius, I was informed of your arrival. Exhaustion has marked her features with a crisscross of lines and deeper furrows. Her cheek is forever twisted in a continuous nervous tick, and her eyes are ablaze with indomitable resolve. A dazzling aura of power and righteous fury surrounds her like a mantle. She gracefully brings a gold-plated inhaler to her lips, takes deep breath, and the fire in her gaze flares like a plasma thruster. One look at her full-dress uniform shows that it has not been changed in many days. The collar is greasy, the braid trim is stained with sweat. The air is tinged with the smell of inhaled stimulant that is used to give serfs the ability to work multiple watches without rest. Okay, what's going on with that guy? She sinks her silver spoon into the man's brain and slowly consumes the revolting morsel. I must know the taste of criminals' thoughts. It's how I learn to recognize their patterns. Flesh and blood can grant revelations, but not like this. Devouring flesh is a profane act. This is not the way to serve the Undying One. If even Scully is bothered by it, then it must be bad. delicacy most sophisticated. I must have a taste myself, perhaps at a later time. It is not some perverted craving for pleasure. I educate myself to discern the corruption that dwells in the hearts and minds of the impure. Something wild sparks in her eyes. You know not the first thing about perceiving it or sensing it. Peering into people's souls and seeing the heinousness therein. You do not know what it's like to look at their faces and see the brand of their impious deeds, but I know it all too well, and none shall escape my wrath. What manner of slaughterhouse is this? Some atrocious travesty of justice? This is true justice, unprejudiced, inescapable, and equally merciless to all. The Lord Inquisitor has bestowed upon me the honor of bringing order to this cesspool of pirates and heretics, to rid Footfall of the corruption that has fettered its limbs and turned the Imperial Station into a hotbed of free thinking and inefficiency. I will not rest until all has been judged. This is my station. Arguably. It would have been the Emperor's providence that brought you here to my court. It could be pleasure to indict you for the crimes you've committed. Whisper the words of the forbidden spell. If you can see corruption in me, indict away. Yeah, obviously I'm going to do that. Then let us begin. Chorda leans forward and stares intently into your eyes. I think I just maxed out my heresy. Scarcely has Incendia's gaze met yours, and then she begins writhing in pain and clutching her head. She takes a deep breath and tries to look you in the eye again, only for a new flash of pain to almost make her cry out. Confusion and fear are visible in her eyes. I cannot see your crimes. How is this possible? Someone like you cannot be pure. Acolyte of the Inquisition, the warrior clad in armor adorned with the sign of the Inquisition, speaks in a voice dry like paper. The Lord Inquisitor is aware of rogue trader von Valancia's arrival on Footfall. He allowed it and gave no order of persecution. Rather, the Lord Inquisitor's will is that rogue trader von Valancia be treated with respect befitting his high status. In her assertions, Lady Chorda is coming dangerously close to abusing her authority and violating the chain of command. This is your warning. Has it by chance occurred to the Inquisition that he is getting too dangerously close to something slightly insane? How can he think a thing like this be tolerated? How could anyone look calmly upon these atrocities and think everything's going as it should? Calm yourself, Adira. He stands between her and Chorda. I understand your anger, but by God, Emperor, another word out of turn and you will find yourself following these unfortunates. Incendia's pale cheek is hit by a spasm. Her lips curls as she mutters, I have no intention of questioning the Lord Inquisitor's orders. Perhaps he wishes to receive you in one piece so that he may conduct a personal interrogation. So who's in charge of Footfall? Indeed, I am. When the Lord Inquisition enacted martial law in the Expanse, I offered him my support at once. Footfall was chosen as his headquarters, and the position of Footfall's liege was temporarily abolished for the duration of the war, or perhaps longer than that. All authority was transferred to the station warden to me. While the Lord Inquisitor is preoccupied with matters of strategic planning, I am tasked with overseeing security and order. There's much to do on that front. Pirates and smugglers, apostates and coal traders, deserters and outlaws. Everyone warrants attention. She cracks her neck, which must have grown stiff after so many hours of readings, before picking up another sheet. Everywhere you look, servants are buckling under heavy stacks of new denunciations, warrants, and other documents. Chuckle and point at the hapless assassin. I can tell you're quite popular with the locals. The attempt was mediocre and far from the first, but my enforcers and my throne keep me safe. Its refractor field is impervious even to tank shells. That thief Tokara had the sacred Drusian relic stashed in his storeroom. What makes you think you're entitled to govern this place? Such is the law of Footfall. Any rogue trader who arrives here assumes the right of absolute authority. Surely it is not that thug Tokara who deserves to rule the station. He's soon going to be hanging from a noose, and so will his Casabelica henchmen. So will the Anver firebrands whose outrageous activities brought Footfall so much grief. Once you hindered my efforts to subdue this station. That's correct. And yet here I am dispensing justice to the wicked. I only regret I was unable to begin sooner. Then Tokara's troublemakers would have already been crushed instead of lurking in cargo bays and maintenance tunnels. Whom are you judging? All of them. Anyone who's ever trespassed, who protected a miscreant, or kept quiet about a crime. More and more new convicts are being granted the great boon of undergoing servitude in perpetuitas and having rid themselves of reprehensible consciousness or serving the Imperium free of doubt and weakness. I will eradicate all heresy that prevents the faithless from giving themselves over to the good of toiling in his name. Admit it. You simply enjoy turning people into slaves. Why do you feel the need to come up with such excuses for sowing carnage? Not carnage, but judgment. His judgment. And I know of no other delight than serving him. The universe is a terrifying place. We're surrounded by the arch-enemy's machinations and Xeno scums who would deny us our right to exist. The threat is inconceivable, and human weakness will not help us avert it. If man is weak, I rid him of his spineless enfeebleness, endow him with a sacred narrowness of mind, and eradicate all that prevents him from utilizing his whole self in the service of the Imperium. It's what happens when you give a Karen unlimited authority. Correct. She's not lying. You can tell by her eyes and voice trembling with earnest face that Incendia genuinely believes every word of what she said. All right, where's the Lord Inquisitor? In the Liege's chamber. His attention is focused on matters of vital importance. Your lordship cannot see the Lord Inquisitor now. However, he bade to inform your lordship that he will summon you later when he permits. In due time, I will read out the taint that has bred here on Footfall for so long, and then pious fear, loyalty, and devotion will once again become pillars of this station. What happened between you and Winterscale? He's a traitor. When the Expanse burns, ravaged by heretics and unhallowed Xenos, he abandoned his duty completely and had the nerve to ignore the Lord Inquisitor's call to battle. My servants are capturing his worlds and ships while he hides from his reckoning. Soon enough, he will stand before judgment. If you ask me, you are simply using the situation to plunder his protectorate. Should he call upon House von Valancius for help, we will answer. Her smile turns vicious. I enjoy the candor when the one who stands before the court openly admits that he shares the belief of someone about to be pronounced an outright anarchist and traitor. I say such a confession should earn him a swift and less agonizing execution. I do kind of just want to draw my weapon on her. I hate Incendia. Cease this disgrace and get off of Footfall. This is my planet. She touches a panel on the throne's armrest and the immediately shields by a refractor field. You hear the sounds of alarms going off in the distance and a mocking smile cuts across her face. Go ahead, give me a reason. The Lord Inquisitor's instructions were to maintain order and ensure his allies' safety, using any methods, however extreme they have to be. If her ladyship is gravely threatened, we are authorized to detonate the dome over this sector. Doing so will trigger an explosive decompression. The attackers will be destroyed during depressurization, while her ladyship will be protected by the field protecting her throne. I urge you not to take steps that might be interpreted as an act of aggression. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Wait! You have a duty to the Emperor that you must see to. Vladimir Tokera, the deplorable rebel who once ruled this station, has slipped from my grasp. He's inciting the people to revolt, killing my servants, and hiding from my wrath used with the dexterity of a void rat. He often appears in the den of unrest that bears the irrelevant name of the Adeptus Amescus. Well, that's where we're going anyway. We've made several attempts to arrest him, yet he has evaded capture each time. The Reverend has gone there to convince him to surrender quietly, but his efforts have likely been unsuccessful. In the interest of Footfall's integrity, he must be apprehended. I order you to aid me in bringing him to justice. The asteroid where he is located has been cordoned off, but my enforcers will take you there. I want you to lure Tokera out of his hole and seize him so he may stand trial. Definitely not gonna do this, but... Realized all matter is merely condensed energy to a slow vibration. We're a consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There's no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we're the imagination. Yeah, I mean, we're just... you know, made up of electrical impulses. We're a weird machine that's using electrical magic to pilot a bone suit. That's all we are. We're all mechas. You pronounced Vladimir a criminal? Why wouldn't I? His infamy is known to all. He patronized thieves, smugglers, and pirates. Heresies and unholy cults flourished. He's evaded punishment this long and can only be described as gross negligence. Why did Heronius go there? So he could preach to them and sway them to repent. He cannot see the difference between those who have erred and those who are beyond hope of redemption. Some of these people are useful to me. I purchase equipment from them. They will be replaced by honest suppliers. Even the Casa Bellica can be of some use in the coming crisis, but their willful leaders need to be replaced with more pliable and trepidatious successors. I think Vladimir kind of owes us, so what do I stand to gain? Does it not satisfy you that the order and imperial compliance will be restored? I see you've learned too much from Theodora, namely her hubris, greed, and indifference to duty. I'll lie about it. But remember, none of the rebel leaders are allowed to die before their trial. I forbid you to execute them without my leave. I'm gonna execute whoever I want, whenever I want. I'm a goddamn rogue traitor. Don't you tell me what to do with Sandia Chorda. The only person who tells me what to do is Mazrahai. And only because it's kind of hot. So, know your place. Judging by their injuries, the aristocrats were subjected to long, enthusiastic beating.
Has suffered deterioration and requires modification.
Funnily enough, I've grown rather attached to the old thing. Have patience. Someone will shoot me any minute now, and then you'll have your chance to upgrade me.
Oh, Abelard, you really are the best.
Embrace true power.
All right, this place is closed. I'm looking for loot. You know me. Contorted human remains smoldered on top of a pile of books. Gordai Skatov, a spy for the Xenos. Took notes on the station's structures for the purposes of sabotage. Was that the architect from the first act? Or second act? Someone broke every bone on that soldier and left him to die. All right, most of these guys are clearly just anvers. Traces of soot.
I do what I must.
A bomb exploded here. Mostly an improvised one.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Okay. And I can't get up there. So where is the entrance to the sewers? Where did I miss all that stuff? I guess this way. Psychedelics. Bill Hicks, yeah. Bone Suit was your nickname in college? That's a pretty good nickname. And our gods, may they continue to grant us favor. Blessed be our gods. I'm gonna guess that's the sewer. Yeah. My theory here is like if I just knock everybody out before I go in, this will probably be a lot easier for me. And it's not like we don't have the skill checks to pass every skill check. Welcome to the kingdom of thieves, killers, and smugglers, Shireen. All the finest goods on Footfall. Every last one of them have passed through these tunnels. As I said before, Falco's jackals are patrolling every nook and cranny of this Asri-cursed place. See those scumbags over there? We need to avoid them and not draw any attention to ourselves, or else we might as well dump a pile of grok shite all over our plan. But we are going to follow the plan, if you'll allow me, Shireen. I'll refresh your memory. Avoid the scum. We reach the sewer canal, follow it to the east until the very end. We connect the gas cylinder to the special intake, which was previously used for cleaning the air. Then we need to turn the valves in a few spots so that the gas reaches the correct chamber. I wish I knew exactly where that ashmeg was held up. And the final move, like the best regicide players, we find the service cogitator and send the gas along the pipes. And I'm sure I don't have to remind you that we must do all of this in complete silence. Not even the sewer rats are going to notice us. Quickly and quietly. Yeah. As tempting as it is to just blow the plan up right away, let's not do that. This needs regular saving, yeah.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Feels like the kind of thing I should just be able to get Cabela to run forward and do. You know, I assume if that guy just went that way, we can go this way, and agility 95 over here.
Would he be proud? Am I?
Grab this loot. Venomous Slicer.
The machine gun grants me insight.
Gas cylinder is good. Open the valve, agent number 1, AN1.
The world will bow.
Okay, that's one valve open.
Just as I was taught.
Jump across this. There's a lot of quests
Attention to
triggering.
detail is the key to success.
Traps. Dude, how many valves are there? Oh my god, so many.
The shadows
This
reveal
ocular
their
implant
secrets.
was a worthwhile investment.
I was trying to stop and accidentally unpaused when the game auto stopped. Walked right into that trap.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Yeah, I could see how this could be a pretty annoying
I do
sector.
What I must.
Over there.
Over there.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Acquisition is possible. This Explorer tool is blessed with multifunctionality.
Okay.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Okay.
Embrace true power.
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am
All
I?
right, let's quick save. So far, so good. It's a sneaking mission in a game without stealth mechanics. Yeah, I don't know why games insist on doing this. It's not too bad, at least, though. Like, as long as you're a little bit careful with the,
I see what others do not.
you know, making sure you have someone who has awareness, tech use, demolition.
Operation successful.
I don't know where the patrols are coming from. Is there any reason for me to go this way?
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Definitely not seeing one. Oh, Falco's patroller. Like, part of me just wonders, like, why can't I just have my servo skulls to do all this? They shouldn't look out of place. They're servo skulls.
Watch out.
Watch out.
The dead know nothing, and neither do the ignorant. What torments you?
Watch out.
Just as I was
There's a
taught.
two-legged animal roaming about. Whoa.
Intriguing.
Well, that was a patrol. Here he goes.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
I got spun around. I was like, why are my guys not coming from this direction? And then they were coming from the other direction. So...
Over there.
Whisper and be heard. Death walks with me.
Oh, God, this is... There's not like a stealth skill in the game, right? You can't even hide. Nor is there any kind of like,
The world will bow.
We should deal with
you know,
this.
notification that says
The
like,
web
oh, here's their
serves.
like, their cone of vision. Okay.
just as he ordained.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
I do what I must.
Good grief. That's Falco. Wait a goddamn minute then. Valve UD05. I'm missing a valve. There must be a valve in here. It's in the northeast passage? Up that way? Or the way that patrol went. Northeast of where we are, or the way that patrol went.
Powers unseen, uncover my path.
Well, that's going to be tricky because I'm pretty sure that guy is coming back this way. Yeah, I can in fact hear him coming back this way. What are the consequences of ignoring or failing this stealth mission? Probably just a tougher battle, yeah. Trying to base where he's going on his footsteps. I have no idea. There he is. Okay. So I guess I gotta wait for him to
True power.
pass through back here, and then we gotta go up that way. Hopefully this is far enough. Okay, good. He's kind of blind. We're going to quick save again here.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Con Militium badge. Whenever the wearer hits an enemy in melee range, all allies adjacent to the wearer gain 17 temporary wounds and perform an attack of opportunity. And a rune-carved shuriken cannon. Now here's a question. Do I have to get around this guy again? Pump the gas into the vents. Where the hell do I do that? Using one of the abandoned cogitators. Oh, all of Jay's friends die if you don't do it. Where the is this the cogitator?
Intriguing.
Shuriken cannon, rad as hell. This is maybe the cogitator? Okay. It's by Falco's room, okay. Yeah, I think we've found a couple of Shuriken cannons before. So this one is definitely pretty good.
Let's seize the opportunity.
We don't really have anyone with that kind of strength, though, who can use Eldari weapons.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Okay. It's repaired. Can I use it?
Powers
Click again, set up the cogitator.
uncover my path.
I can be nervous here, dudes. Ow. That was effective. I was like, do we need to turn this off before we come back in here? The same, so nervous. Like, imagine Jay just goes over and just puts a bullet in each of them. Wake up, come on, you bloody Kashka, wake up. Trap, go. The bruised and bloodied face with swollen eyes is hard to recognize as the once radiant visage of Tora the Twin. By the Exalted One, what's the Ashmeg done to your poor face? Light on my soul. She strokes the girl's swollen cheeks and then turns to you. He'll die here like the scum he is, Shireen. It's what he deserves. Block off all the entrances to the sewer and let them suffer a slow, painful death? That sounds like me. I'd rather drown him in sewage myself, but your suggestion will do, Shireen. A stinking death for a stinking rat. Wait, behold Baba Sekob. Tor leans over Falco and punches him with all her might. Fub you! The rest of the gang are huddled together despite their pitiful condition. They greet you with satisfied smirks and continually shoot delighted glances at you and Jay. Well, Shireen, from now on, Footfall can sleep soundly. The foulest wart on its rusted body has finally been burnt off by none other than Jay Hadari, and her wonderful patron, of course. She winks at you and her face breaks into the most genuine smile you've ever seen. I'll admit, I'm still struggling to wrap my head around what's happened. I need to go over things with my guys. I'm sure I'll have advice and instructions to hand out, but as for our little adventure, let's talk about it back in the ship. Wait, but I need to loot you. I need to loot your corpses. You might have loot.
Time to leave my mark upon the galaxy.
Question.
Purpose guides me. I will triumph. I need no guidance.
All right.
Embrace true power.
I guess I got my wish, which was torture them. Not being able to loot unconscious people seems like a bit of a game mechanic oversight. Probably take the other option if we want the loot. I don't know, man. Letting them slowly suffocate does kind of sound like our jam. I don't know what kind of loot he has, but I also feel like we're at the point where I don't really need loot. All right, well, here's a whole other thing. Like, it's probably going to be loot for Jay Hadari, and she's already perfect, so... You know what I mean? All right, Abelard, get in here and bust some heads open, will you? Is there another rogue trader? Who is this? Ryza. Ooh. You have no other options, Ryza. If you abandon Footfall to Chorda and flee, where are you going to sell your goods or restock your supplies? It'll be a slow death for all of you with no ammunition, no water, and no air. Quit bargaining with fate and stick to the plan. plan? More like a suicide pact. You've no allies, no weapons, no nothing. They notice you and the old pirate grins. You're a runt trying to play with the big boys, Vakimo. You've taken on a rogue trader's dynasty with only a handful of heavies and a couple of guns to your name. Your march to the gallows is more of a gallop. Turning away from Ryza, his expression does not change, but an indistinct curse falls from his lips. What do we have here? A couple of hardened insurgents? No, don't mind me. Do carry on. You are hard to ignore, your lordship. You have a habit of radically altering the state of affairs of whatever situation you wade into. Greetings, your lordship. And as for you, Vakimo, you've got nothing to add. Your plans are other crap. I don't gamble on these kind of odds. I'll leave you to think about your prospects. Maybe you'll realize that using my shuttle would be a better idea while me and my shuttle are still here. In the name of the law, everyone here is under arrest. No, I'm not doing that. Look at Vladim. Oh, man, I would have liked to make a deal with Ryza. The former liege looks angry and focused. His coat collar is unbuttoned, showing the meshwork of ceramite reinforced collar hidden underneath. He's wearing a gun holster at his side. Now that Vladim has thrown off the mask of a disgruntled bureaucrat, his sleeves are rolled up, showing his old bandit tattoos. He exudes an aura of imperious cruelty. How's the station faring? Turned into a kingdom of death, executing protesters, cracking down on corrupt traders, and suppressing dissent are all good, useful policies within reasonable limits, and I've used them myself. But with Lady Chorda, reasonable limits are a distant memory. I've been preparing for that turn of events ever since that hag tried to take Footfall the first time. You helped us then, gave me time to organize. I set up weapon caches, enlisted fighters, and deleted my data from the Cogitator network. When Chorda seized power, she thought she'd won, but the station was still mine to an extent. Your little army, my little army, is waging war on the enforcers. We slaughter patrols, wrestle back detainees, and punish those who collaborate with the enemy, or are close to someone who does. Incendia is conducting her reprisals, and I'm conducting mine. Everyone must remember we are consequences for collaborating with the occupying force. What a sorry sight, the old outlaw hounded and hiding like a rat. He presses his lips into a thin line. I got into all manner of situations when I was a young man, including desperate ones. This rat has been cornered more than once, but I always got out of that corner with a belly full of its hunter's flesh. I assure you I have no intention of reneging on my old principles. I do like teasing everybody. That's kind of one of our things. Your lordship, I'm asking you for help, not just on behalf of the patrons of your station's population that isn't already scared shitless, but on behalf of the Casabalica. My people and my organization's assets are in a vulnerable position. Help us protect our interests, and we'll help you protect yours. They highly value the partnership with me. What kind of help? A general's uprising will be doomed to fail. The enforcers have isolated the asteroids. We can't strike out against Incendia. She's got greater numbers than the throne's refractor field protects her from any attack. So we'll ask her ladyship to come to us. Exploit her overconfidence. If she wants blood, let her come spill it. She knows we use the Amasekius as our meeting place. If you let the enforcers know I can be found and grabbed in here, she'll come. She'll hardly drag her throne with her. We'll lure her into a trap, kill her, and take back Footfall. What forces do you have at your command? However much Chorda would believe she's kicked the Casabalica out of Footfall, she hasn't. We're scattered all over the station, lying low. A small band of my most daring cutthroat staff members who were at my side when I came to power, business partners who still remember any venture is only as reliable as the grip of the venturer's hand on the pistol. Add to that the Xenos mercenaries, my colleagues from the Casabalica mission have provided us a radical situation, but they don't care who they kill as long as I pay them. We would have greater numbers if Ryza wasn't so damnably cautious, and Hieronius did us a favor shutting down his preaching trap. I would have thrown the good Reverend for a loop long ago if it weren't for the fanatical mob that would show up here to avenge him. I wonder, it's like, can you get all 4 different factions on your side for this fight? What does Ryza have a problem with? The prospect of our cooperation. The old rogue prefers not to pick a fight unless the victory is a foregone conclusion. She seems to be planning on fleeing rather than fighting. She needs motivation. It's a shame there's no one she values enough for me to take hostage. Why did she call you Vakimo? Old nicknames die hard. Used to be known by that name on the station. Vakimo is a myth, a malicious spirit stalking its prey in Footfall's empty sectors. I had a terrible reputation when I was young. Why would I take part in this? A critically important station in the Expanse is about to become a graveyard. Once commerce dies, merchants will turn to piracy. Connections between worlds will be weakened, and Chorda will make short work of astropaths as soon as she gets to them. Do you think it'll be enough for her? She'll march onto your worlds. The Casabalica mission, and I'm authorized to say this, your lordship as a proven and valuable ally. Chorda has nothing to offer you, while my organization's gratitude is guaranteed. Why is Hieronius here? Preaches repentance. Seems to have taken it back by the Lady instead of his purges, which opens up possibilities if we put pressure on him. He'll bring over zealots who tear apart whoever we point the finger at. A useful man. I regret not getting him on side sooner. It's hardly going to please the Inquisitor. Considering Calcazar has never once interfered in the station's affairs, he couldn't care less about Footfall. This means he also doesn't care about who runs the station as long as it's quiet. I'm going to make sure things are quiet. Granted, he did give Chorda a security detail, but if she's already dead, then her death doesn't reek of deadly heresy. He won't likely bother investigate. He simply will entrust governance to someone who won't cause him problems, someone like me. The Lord Inquisitor may have me hanged for Chorda's death, but my life is at stake already, so I might as well take the risk. All right. Oh, we have a special option because we're such a heretic. You want my help? You can get it. On one condition, in my protectorate, I am worshipped as a deity. Fall on your knees, renounce all other patrons, and swear allegiance to me, the great beacon, the living God. Yeah. Yes. We just maxed it out. Vladimir hesitates. Even though this thoroughly unprincipled hustler knows there's no going back after crossing certain lines, he stares at you intensely. Despite the dark glasses hiding his eyes and the mask-like expression on his face, you can easily see no sense the exact moment he brutally crushes his last remnants of faith inside and decides to step into the abyss. Vladimir casts away his doubts and gets down on his knees. We gain power from beyond the veil. All weapons, this is max level heresy now, finally. All weapons on the battlefield become warp imbued for 1 round, gaining bonus damage equal to 5 times the veil degradation, which we often have at, say, 20. That's max, so that's 100% extra damage and 100% armor penetration. Can only be used once per combat. I renounce all other patrons and pledge my eternal fealty to the Great Beacon, the true God and master of fates. I must humbly beseech you to help me drown Footfall in the blood of Incendia Chorda and her minions. You're so docile. I merely wanted to see how quickly you would renounce your faith and start groveling. You're obviously not getting out of here alive. Oh, that's so tempting. But I'm going to say it shall be done. Then let's get down to business. I'm glad you're with us, your lordship. This is a fight we must be prepared for. As a colleague of mine used to say, if your brain doesn't hurt from all the thinking of where to hide, it'll discover even your skull isn't thick enough once the fight is on. Which sounds especially ironic considering how he died. I'd like to ask your opinion on how prepared we are to entertain Lady Incendia. Perhaps some of those gathered in here will support us. Ryza, Heronius, even Octavia's regulars. We can use whomever we can get if you think it might be worth fortifying our positions or preparing a few surprises for our guests. My people in Arsenal are already at your disposal. All you have to do is say the word. Let her come and we'll settle our differences the right way with a gunfight. I'll go take a look around. Mustache twirling options are everywhere. I also actually should talk to him because...
Blood is my life.
I was gonna see if I could like get more items from him, basically. Fun how the options differ. Also, how many outcomes of every encounter exist. Yeah. Look at this. We're a rank 5 zealot. Oh yeah, baby. The Emperor protects young Von Valencius. What has brought you here? Perhaps you'd like to confess. Repentance is the first step on the path to redemption. I'd like to see the Drusen relics. Ah. I don't know what level we're going to have to get up to with these guys. But I feel like the answer is going to be a lot. He will accept all these melee weapons. How much do I need here? 2,000? I feel like my last chance to get things. Where can you shield swing with their shield against multiple enemies in the area? The shield attacks deal bonus toughness damage. That's kind of nice. Story passive gotta get pretty complex, yeah. +5 bonus to parry. If they're iconoclast, allies get hit chance. 15 dodge reduction. A heavy flamer. Silent death is kind of what I was hoping for here. Force sword. Yeah, I mean, there's a few things in here I wouldn't mind getting. But I guess let's try to figure this out step at a time. Why are you here preaching among the rebels? It's not rebels I see fools and malefactors whose weakness made them reject the laws of the Imperium, who are in need of repentance and instruction. Had I come here earlier, perhaps I would have been able to prevent this heretical insurrection. And what do you see, rogue trader? I see a pathetic old man who revels in the suffering of others. My body is indeed worn and pathetic, but do you really think I'm devoid of compassion? I grieve for each fallen soul and am more invested than anyone in their repentance. Bitter sorrow, not triumph, grips my heart. Harboring a pirate amongst your brethren? The chaplain. Chaplain is a deeply devout servant of the Emperor. Few are intricately familiar with human vice as him, and that's what fills his words with sincerity. His flock heeds and respects him. And as for all the hardened rascals and cutthroats who are part of the flock, why not? Our doctrine shuns no one as long as they're willing to receive its word with an open heart. Rotten souls cling together, do they not, Reverend? He bares his yellow teeth in a acerbic grin. Indeed, I would rather call the worst of the scoundrels my brother if he repents for his crimes than someone convinced of their own soul's purity. I want to stop Incendia. Will you help me? Are you openly declaring your intent to move against the enactor of the Emperor's justice? Why should I, her mentor in faith, help you commit an act of treachery? I have a super heretical option here. Your faith is a mere smokescreen for your fear of death. I'm already maxed out with heresy. Fanatic. I wonder if the alignment actions can fail. Yeah, that's like kind of what I'm worried about right now. Especially preaching to this guy as a heretic. If he's spared of death, then I could just say, like, we could just coerce him, right? You have to be maxed out to get that option? Is Fanatic max? I thought Zealot was max. I thought Fanatic was tier 4. Zealot is max. Yeah. Okay. Fanatic is like 3 or 4. I'm going to go with this coercion option. We're really good at coercing people. I've thought about it. I've seen Incendia convict people to trial for past infractions. There are many outcasts among St. Drusus' faithful whose old misdeeds may be unforgivable. I cannot allow that. I will do what must be done. St. Drusus' faithful will aid you in the battle. Oh, that was easy. Definitely thought he was going to give up more of a... give me more grief than that. Octavia looks tired but finds the strength to smile briskly. She pours 2 shots of a clear yellow liquid with streaks of promethium in it and slides one towards Ryza. Let's drink to her infallible ladyship Chorda's mercy and good judgment, wherever they may be right now. You've quite a way with words, Octi. Indeed, one would hate it if Lady Chorda's ill health affected our own. Have you by any chance run into her good judgment on your journeys, your lordship? Got anything strong? For you, always, my lord. A dusty but finely made greenish bottle with a wax seal appears at the bar. Lord Winterscale's favorite blend. So good, it's not entirely legal. During his last visit, he told me to put a bottle aside until his return, and who knows if he'll ever return. It would be a waste. Smash the bottle. Well, then here's to me and House von Valancius. All hail, biggest Turg von Valancius. I don't mind drinking his booze. What's he gonna do? Get angry and turn into a corn berserker, you know? Looks like you missed one planet encounter for extra options. Probably Footfall. Or possibly because we didn't complete the Explorer's level 5 stuff. Also. How have you been faring without me? Badly, but we're in no mood to lie down. There are people who can't stand Chorda's regime and they are fighting. Vlada might be on the run, but he still has people loyal to him. We'd have more if it wasn't for the Reverend. Many of the fallen for sermons and taken to repenting and confessing. Vladimir's let the station slip away from him. Plenty of people aren't happy about it. Least, but not his business partners. Should something happen to Dokara, come here. Your dealings with the Casabelica shouldn't take a hit because of the old liege's ambitions. Oh. Are you not afraid the enforcers will come for you eventually? If they show up, I'll blow up the martyr's endurance before I let those butchers take me alive. As for now, I'll be behind the bar refueling my roughnecks. Some captain, if I were you, I'd scramble. The scrambling's good. I know you're attached to the Abasekius, but this hole isn't worth dying for. I have a shuttle hidden nearby. We could take off right away. Ryza, you and I have to have a chat because you keep trying to get everyone to run away. At your lordship's service. Your eyes see through the pirate instantly, and you sense that the burden of her transgressions is so heavy it's soon going to drag her under. Pushing her over the edge wouldn't take much effort. The pirate herself seems almost eager to plunge headfirst into the murky waters. What do you got? Oh, yeah, you got loot for me. Navigator staff. Medikit and onslaught abilities, which reproduce the effects of a medikit costing 0 AP. An anti-vehicle revolver. On a successful hit, the shot explodes. That's pretty cool. If the wearer uses press the advantage, which we don't use. Immobilizing grenades. Telepathy staff. That might be good for Adira. Single attacks inflict stun on the target for 1 round if the target fails a willpower test. If the wearer attacks a stunned enemy, the nearest enemy also becomes stunned. This shotgun never misses. It does 70 to 100 damage. Enchanted Smuggler's Breastplate. Emergency Vox Casters. All allies attack their nearest enemy if an enemy wearer suffers trauma. Efficient Breacher's Armor. Maybe looks good. An Eroding Auto Gun. Suffers more tox damage. At the end of their turn, the wielder gains 40 temporary wounds for each adjacent ally. Whenever an ally takes damage, 20% of that damage is dealt to the wielder instead. That's kind of cool. I have a 29 rating with you. You're definitely going to do whatever I ask you to do. 1% armor pen on the shotgun, though. Yeah. Still pretty good, though. Ryza, Vladimir needs your help. Your lordship, his so-called plan is nothing but the death throes of a cornered and condemned man who's grasping at imaginary straws. The Vakimo was once smart, shrewd, and wily, but now he's simply refusing to admit he's lost. We modest dealers are no match for a rogue trader. It would be different, of course, if we were strongly motivated or had a rogue trader on our side. There's payer 3 profit factor. Draw the chaos symbol in the drop, split on the bar, and then wipe it away. What if I told you I have another very influential ally? Or I've struck many deals with the Fellowship of the Void. We're going to just ruin our alliance just like that. Looks like I have lots of options here. I don't know, telling a cowardly pirate queen that I am in bed with chaos is a good idea. Even if you outlive Vladimir, I have the means to ensure it won't be for long. You're very persuasive, your lordship. I feel distinctly motivated to get down to business at once. Oh, what the warp, my crew and I will take part in your little uprising, but don't ask me for details. Old Ryza prefers to keep quiet, behind the scenes working from her insidious and sudden strikes. Curious if the heretical option on the priest would make him go chaos? It's hard to say. I think it just, like, appeals to a certain part of him. Octavia, we have a plan to stop Chorda, and your help would be welcome. You mean you and Vladim? He always has a plan, but it's certainly not always the best. Tell me I'll let you use my name for commercial purpose? The favorite bearer of Rogue Trader von Valencia's? I just like bossing everybody around here, to be honest. Your time is running out. Are you going to wait for your death or try to put up a fight after all? Nah, let's bribe her. It is generous, your lordship. Very generous. If we don't all get killed, the Amasekius will be flooded with thrones. All right, it's a deal, but I have one condition. Write me a document saying that your heirs have no right to go back on the promise, because as you can understand, if this doesn't work, there'll be a new rogue trader in the very near future. I don't have any fighters, but I have a shipment of Xenos weapons. Lethal, but with no guarantee of quality. Figuring out how it works is tricky enough, but it still beats the junk Vladim's thugs are armed with. I'll leave you two to chat. I mean, that's...
Seize the opportunity.
Most people. Carouse?
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Cheap Amasek enriched with the deodorizing agent. It's that noble who freed us from the cages. Your nobleship? Thank you for your nobleshipness. Suspicious prowlers? What you doing, eavesdropping? Citizens, citizens, citizens. Loot.
Intriguing.
Logic?
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Internal scan of a fuel compartment. Someone has inserted new data into the voidship cogitator left over from ancient times. Okay. Order for barricades to be assembled out of the rubbish.
Unexpected result.
Okay. I like this skill check mission. This is a very cool mission. Secret chest. What are you? The wearer's first melta weapon reload in a round costs 0 AP. The wearer's first melta weapon attacking does not count towards the attack limit per turn.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
It's okay. Nothing crazy. I'm going to give it to Abelard because this other item doesn't really do much for him either. Successful single targets stun the target for 1 round. That looks decent. It doesn't look as cool. Here's the problem, is that Abelard stunning people actually isn't good for me. Less warp, mental, and direct damage based on what? Heretical rank. This is heavy heretical armor. That'd be nice. 15 armor against Xenos, 15% parry. Yeah. Is this better than your current staff? Allies of the wielder affected by psychic power gain +7 resolve per round, +10 willpower. Allies have their dodge increased by 12%. +7 resolve is a lot. It's equal otherwise in stats. Think about that one for a second. I'll say I'm going to give you this sick new shotgun. 70 to 100 damage is serious business. Toughness bonus damage. Toughness 9 bonus damage. Shield swing against multiple enemies. I mean, it's not bad for him. It's probably actually better than the Burning Faith insignia. I guess what I'm curious is, like, he auto counters with his shield swing. Would this cause his shield swing to auto counter in an area? Which I don't honestly know the answer to, but I guess we can find out. Repurpose the fuel system into a liquor system. Oh, is that what they did? Oh, that's awesome. The super memed Burning Faith insignia. Oh, this is the one that just said like the Burning Faith insignia, like Burning Faith. And there was no description. Check the entrance as well. Yeah, we'll take a look around. I think I'm going to give him back the hat. It's the best drip. I love my golden clad Abelard.
True power.
The machine god grants me insight.
He just looks so good. What about the
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
I'd like to go talk to Opticon's replacement. Oh. I am not allowed.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
That wasn't so difficult.
Little protection against a well-aimed shot, but at least it will conceal the target from the shooter. Some more goods here. Just doing a final loop. Making sure we didn't miss anything else. Okay.
The world will bow.
Quick save. Are you aware Octaviana is coveting your position in the Casa Bellica? Yeah, why not stir up some stuff? Octavia's bitten off more than she can chew. It's too early to write me off yet, but I appreciate your lordship's decision to inform me. I'll keep an eye on that overly feisty bartender. All right. I'll send the least important associates to the entrance to take the brunt of the initial assault. That should thin our guests' numbers. Blenheim reaches for his pistol to check how easily it slides out of his holster, then he smiles. It's an easygoing, young, and bloodthirsty smile. I'd almost forgotten how much I love all this. Stay where you are. Lay down your weapons. We're here for the criminal Vladimir Tokara and his accomplices. Members of the heretic Vladimir Tokara's gang, lay down your arms and face righteous justice. They'll hang us all. Don't trust them. Rebel. For the justice of Chorda and the Emperor. Oof. That's the motto guns. There was a spot behind me? Did we miss something? No. Some goods, maybe? No, she came all the way in here. Flame rages in Chorda's furious gaze as she surveys the bar. Her figure seems to exude a ruthless radiance, cruel like the scorching sun of a desert world. Rebels and heretics! I, rogue traitor Incendia Chorda, master of Footfall and defender of justice, am ordering you to lay down your arms. Harsh justice awaits those who surrender. An ignoble death awaits the rest. One more skill check where those guys stopped walking? Are you for real? Are you for real? How did I miss that? You better not be screwing with me. You're right. Order a mine to be set here. Well, that seems kind of important.
Seize the opportunity.
No, it's okay. I'd rather have that go off. I got no problem with that. If I miss something, that's the time I want people to backseat me the most. Are these guys gonna blow up the moment they get to the top of the stairs? Not quite yet. Incendia Chorda, I've laid the Vacamo. I'm ordering you to get off my turf before I blow your brains out and throw your corpse for a loop. Hyronius, perhaps you can talk her down? Incendio, my daughter, I am at a loss. You are pursuing a noble goal, yet seeds of horror sprout where you have trodden. Where you've executed one heretic, 3 more are created by the fear you inspire. The Emperor's justice must fill hearts with fervor and reverence, but you only sow grief and misery. The schemes of humanity's enemies takes root easily in such soil. You too have fallen prey to their deceit and trickery. Reverend, was it not you who preached that mercy breeds connivance at corruption? Well, as you used to say, none are unsullied, and that includes you. I mean, maybe I'll just attack them. Now is the time to lay down your arms and come to the negotiating table. I mean, I guess I'm saying that to Incendia. I do not negotiate with heretics or the dead. I like the idea of negotiating. As soon as an heir formally succeeds Lady Cora, I'll send a truce envoy to them at once. Well, you leave me no choice then, Incendia. You had a choice to remain loyal to the Emperor or to join the ranks of heretics, and you made it. Cabela inquires calmly, even respectfully. What would you have us do with your remains once we are done here, Lady Chorda? Arrogant wench! You have your remains strung up with the corpses of your pitiful sect that perverted his creed. If you're still able to speak after your defeat, I will repeat my question. You have earned an honorable rest. Boys, kick this lunatic out of my bar. Boom! Oh yeah, we knocked out 2 of them right away. Well, why don't we set up right here? Is that cover? I don't think that is. Adira behind me, Vesper here. That covers everybody.
Out of my way.
There goes the court psyker. I don't know how you get to go first, but Hammer of the Emperor, Shield of the Emperor. Shot man. You're just up in the veil degradation. You don't seem to understand that that favors me, not you. Oh my god. He fully kicked it. Cool.
Just a minor setback.
One less burden to bear.
Cool.
Let's get to it.
3 characters instantly dead.
Here we go.
Dude, these psychers should be setting off Perils of the Warp.
I've suffered worse.
Oh man, you're gonna go right here. She doesn't even have that much HP.
Victory is imminent.
That's not who you charged. Rude. Rude as hell. Sworn enemy, Chorda. Block, parry, block, 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 parry, block. We are gonna taunt all of these guys. I know this puts like Big A kind of out of range of most people, but I think that's fine.
At your back and forth.
Let's make it quick.
Here you go, blade him.
Let's get to it.
For the best. Chorda's pretty nasty. Yeah, that plasma cannon did a lot of damage. Whoops. Where are you going? Charge? What is happening? What is happening with Abelard? Pistol loot.
Out of my way.
The parry loot? 5% hit chance? I mean, I'm shocked we missed that many times, but I guess that's, these guys are designed to also be tanks, so.
Okay, now
Oh,
I'm really
nice shot.
Let's get to it.
I can't stand it.
The psyker buffs are like really a problem here right now. And I don't get any of them, which sucks. You were taunted. So I'm a little confused by that. But okay. Oh boy. Let's wait to use our demon abilities for like one turn. I got 6 abilities here. Let's
I will try.
get my cover back.
One step closer. I will triumph.
Gonna have to just wait a turn on that.
Follow my lead.
Probably should have granted some turns to people, but I ain't sure it mattered.
Let's get to it.
You can negotiate with her and let her walk away, but the priest goes mad and attacks everyone. Oh, that's very cool. She's there. So here's the thing, Cabela. I actually feel like I most want you to take out these psychers.
As a tenant of the Lord, let your soul be purged. My blade whispers death is a
Beautiful.
blessing.
You can't argue with that efficiency.
As honor orders, let your soul be purged.
That works pretty well.
The
Let's finish
shadows
him
will
off. Let's finish him off. And then we're gonna go here. We're gonna bounce.
In retribution. As
Here we're gonna
honor
bounce.
Under his contempt.
ordained. Trust me. Blade whispers your name.
That's plenty. Charge that up for next time. So Chorda's dead.
Legacy is forever.
How'd she live? Why? It's not fair.
Brace me.
I was also behind 100% cover just then.
What is the ring?
Did my luck finally run out?
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
Rain down upon your corrupt way has failed.
Jesus. That was a lot. You got the clip in the Discord of the Infinity Loop? Oh, I'm really glad. Oh man, honestly, I'm kind of thinking just like...
Don't get too cocky.
I'll give you 10 movement point.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
Tell me, and it is done.
I'll give you a bonus turn. I realized I should have moved back like one so that I could have blade danced this properly, but so we'll just go here. And now we'll blade dance. So he's dead. Got a few more extra bonus attacks in there. Stab this guy. And then jump onto him.
The other side awaits.
Classic Cabela. More than one truth. It depends on your choice. Yeah, she had some powerful plot armor there, right? Cabela's the most powerful shadow I've ever seen. She's definitely the best character. What a mess. Thank you for helping me deal with it, your lordship. Your help has been invaluable, but the Casa Bellica will nevertheless try to approximate and match its value in the most generous of terms. Does your lordship have any preference in regard to what should be done with the remains of the lady? Oh, give them to the mob. The people of Footfall will find many ways to pay their respects to her ladyship. They are quite excised about this whole affair. Don't bother thanking me. I'll just take what's mine. Casa Bellica said they don't care if Valatum dies. Cleanse this station of her miscreants. I'm no butcher. Her ladyship's enforcers may leave the station, except those personally complicit in the killing of employees, of friends, and loved ones. What do you mean you won't do anything? I just gave you an order, Valatum. If you can't follow that, then we have a problem. Now that we've dealt with the pressing issues, do you have any other instructions regarding the station's governance going forward? Footfall is under your exclusive protection. To the abyss with the Imperial Cree, it does not belong on Footfall. From now on, absolute freedom will be the only law of this place. Whatever disagrees can head for the nearest airlock and take a walk in the void. Yeah, everybody loves it. Everybody loves being heretics. Furious shouts of elation shake the pub's wall. Everyone's eyes light up with anticipation of a life free from the Imperium's laws. Many are already busy thinking about who they're going to stab in the back. Plunge it into chaos. We get an auto-striking power sword. When this wielder successfully parries with the power sword, they immediately counterattack with whatever attack costs the least AP. It also gives you a plus 30 bonus to parry. Well, I think we know who's getting that. Rapid fire auto guns can just go in the trash. A Daredevil pistol, a special attack that costs 0 AP. Has increased rate of fire and ends the wielder's turn. Mezzoa pattern infernal pistol, a soul pattern plasma pistol, the duelist's uniform. If they equip 2 pistols, you gain 10 ballistic chance and 10% chance to hit. 15 dodge if the wearer's ballistic skill is more than 70. Obviously, that's Jay's armor. Heavy Xeno mesh. We already have a bunch of that. This wearer gains 14 temporary wounds from combat stims. Adjacent allies cannot fall prone and become immune to forced movement. 20 Medicae and 20 Carouse. Go put that on Abelard. This wearer gains get back in the fight for 0 AP. An Archivist servo skull. Spread the glory and splendor of its mighty owner. All right, well, like, we're going to put that on. Also reminded we need another grenade. Abelard, you're going to get the sick parry sword, I think, which does as much damage as your axe right now, but also, like, guarantees that you parry. I could also give you the parry boots again. Whenever you parry, you guarantee counterattack. This allows you to use a stimulant every round for free. That's kind of insane. This also gives you 17 combat wounds from stimulants. Abelard looks so intimidating in that armor that he has a dork helmet. What do you mean? His helmet matches his armor. He's got a sick helmet. We have the best announcer and the best shadow. Bragging on Abelard's helmet. Unbelievable. He's got that sick golden drip. I feel like I should just be giving him better drugs if this is the case. Like, what would be good? Strength, weapon skill, minus 20 to willpower. That's a good drug for you. 30 armor, 20 penalty to agility. That's pretty good for you. 70 hit chance reduces dodge by 70%. Immunity to fire and bleeding, but reduces agility and movement points. It's not bad. What do you have right here? The officer's medkit. 38. Yeah, that's the best medkit. Wait a minute. Can everybody? No, only I can use servo skulls. Okay. Kind of helmet your mom makes you want to wear when learning to ride a bike? No way. You're out of here. You're out of here. Get out of here. I mean, what other helmets do we have? Nothing else really fits the right look. We could give him the skull helmet, which is like not bad. Everything else is like the wrong colors. The Commonster's hatches is not correct. Sunglasses don't really actually turn on. The pink hat doesn't really match right. Though it would make his melted guns really good. That one's kind of lame. That one looks foolish. We could give him the Skull of the Sovereign for a while. We could give him some better drip. The thing is like this just makes him immune to crits for the first 3 rounds of combat. And that tends to be kind of nice for him. Because like crits are the only thing that can really do him damage. But that being said, he has so much HP that I'm not really worried about him getting crit even 3 times in a row. He's not going to die. I guess him having infinite resolve is probably better. So, all right. You win this round. Some of you have become very wounded.
This will help.
I owe you a debt. Let's make a deal.
How may I serve
Adira?
the dynasty?
I guess I'm still alive.
Can you
Don't squirm.
cure these people?
I owe you a debt.
This will help.
Do you think my body was suffering?
So many basic medkits. Ooh. A new staff. Possibly the same as the old staff. Staff of Endless Flame. Power level 7. 15 willpower. Power level 7, 15 willpower. Yeah, okay, we already have one of these.
Intriguing.
Don't need any of that. Honestly, that fight was not too bad. All things considered. We have a upgrade to the Overseer. First use of an Overseer's ability in combat costs 1 AP less. I mean, that would allow me to turn on the Medicaid right for free. But I'm actually kind of wondering, like, is anything here just like give me more HP? Armored Hide. Attacks against the familiar have their critical hit chance reduced by 30%. Maximum wounds are increased by the Overseer's toughness bonus. 2? It's not very good. 50% dodge against the Overseer's attacks. Maybe I just take a Psyker Power. Death to the Corpse Emperor. All hail the true powers. Ruin. Welcome. Welcome. Any talents that make him go first? Yeah, no, it's just like agility. I don't think there's anything that actually increases initiative. We were talking about taking Burning Blood. Though that doesn't necessarily give me protection. High roll characters gain 50% bonus to dodge the first attack of opportunity. Willpower resistance test using Fellowship instead if Fellowship is higher. Oh, that's interesting. I guess when we respect, we kind of could have went that way, but... Man, I think... Dots applied, 35% crit chance. Chances increased by bonuses to all critical hit chance. I think I'll take that. Psi rating. Officer talent sees the opportunity. Seize the initiative. Unless it's an exemplar talent. I'm not sure what that is. Just started chapter 4 on your first playthrough doing Biomancer, Blade Dancer, Executioner with Forward World for that extra crit. That's very nice. That's a very fun little combo you got going there. We'll grab the willpower here. And what do we take? Sparks of the Greater Flame. Yeah, why not? Adira. You could force everybody to get like a critical hit every single time. You're right. Let's take Subtle Manipulation. She can use Psychic Powers in melee. She's got willpower. Her other thing is perception, so we'll give her a little boost on that. Arguably, I should be giving people toughness, but who knows? Next attack made by an ally under the effect of Force Distraction grants 3 movement. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I guess. You've got toughness. I'm probably going to give you strength. I know like Fellowship is also an option. Oh, weapon skill actually is what you need. That's what allows you to actually hit things. Pascal. I'd love it if we could get you some way to not get killed on the first round of combat. And I'm not sure there's an easy option for that. Heavy armor gives you a bunch of bonuses, but we don't have heavy armor for you. 3 deflection against burning and flame weapons. I guess we could go with that. You know what? Screw it. Why not? And you are like ancient ballistic skill. Might as well just quickly go through all of these. Sure, we'll go taunting opportunity because she shoots things that come close to her, and we'll go with ballistic skill and then fellowship. And then Cabela. No. You basically just kill everything. If an enemy suffers a critical hit from one of the assassin's allies, an extra opening is created. Chance to slow creatures. Stack of the vulnerable effect. Oh, that would be pretty good. Reduce dodge. Whenever the assassin attacks an enemy, the assassin gains lethality. Oh, well, I'm gonna, that's what I give you. Straightforward. We got weapon skill here, and then perfect. Quick save. My God. My goodness. Think I'm close to the end of Ronin? You're wrong. You got a 3rd area in Kyoto. Ooh, exciting. Playing a more involved but less charismatic rogue trader. I feel like it's got to be fun to be on the front line as a rogue trader. Like, that's definitely, as a dogmatic character, what I'd like to do.
Tread a path unexplored.
I guess we're done in here. Raised your fellowship a little, but being from a first world, you can use intelligence instead of fellowship. Oh, that's very nice. How are you enjoying your liberated Footfall? To the fullest, sir. Things will improve soon, that's to say, until some new disaster strikes. You're the one who saved us from the suffocating darkness, and the densities of Footfall pray for your health. I want to make an announcement. Hey, you bums, layabouts, and crooks, shut your trap. His Lordship Biggest Turk von Valancius has graciously honored us with his presence. Drink and live once more. No, there will never be law on Footfall. I don't know that, because the law of chaos I do want here. I'm going to be brief. This was a glorious victory. Everybody get drunk. A wave of jubilation washes over the room. From every direction you hear shouts of praise. Octaviana joins in while readying bottles and tankers. She knows what will happen the moment you leave the bar. Until next time, sir.
Embrace true power.
And I'm assuming like Ryza is in the back again? Yeah. Things are back to normal on Footfall. How should I put it? With the Lord Inquisitor on the station, folks have gone to keep a lid on their activities, but with Incendia and her hounds gone, I can definitely breathe easier. Shipments are starting up again. I know I'd agree with your esteemed stealth that things are back to normal, but I'll gladly drink to your health. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Well, I guess let's talk to Vladimir. Looks tired, but he's pleased with what's going on around him. Your lordship, is there anything I can do? Carrying out the duties imposed upon me by my liege. After House Chorda forces retreated in a hurry, it turned out that surprisingly enough, there were unaccounted for scumbags on the station who wasted no time in seizing the opportunity. I took the smartest and most useful, took them under my wing, and told them I didn't want any shenanigans. As for the rest, 100 or so names were added to the grievous toll Lady Chorda left behind. We're going to take your emergency drill. We're going to take your acrobatic tricks. That allows you to avoid things. You're going to take a two-handed las gun, which is good against armored people. We're going to take light chaos in armor. Oh my God, finally. When the wearer's MP reaches 0, the wearer deals impact damage to all enemies. Short range crucible of torment that deals increased damage. Oh, cool. A dark light blast with like a short range boom on it. A fancy electricity staff. If the wielder kills the target in melee attack for the first time in a round, they gain +1 free ranged attack with this weapon. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, we are almost all the way maxed out here. Iconoclast Zealot, armor piercing, quick eye splinter rifle, and a shadow guide cloak. I'm not interested in anything more Casabelica has. I'm very happy to say that. So I don't have to worry about ever putting anything in here. I am for sure going to put on this armor, even though it's not as good for me. Fortress World origin. I don't think anyone comes from a Fortress World. Actually, I think you come from a Fortress World. No, you come from a Forge World. Right? Forge World. I come from a Hive World. You come from, I think, also a Hive World. Forsaken World. Imperial World. Imperial World. Voidborn. All right. Level 18 lightning. All right, we're going to take that for sure. Heavy rock saw with a drilling strike. Yeah. We'll keep it with the shotgun. I don't think I mind that. The wearer's melee attacks or dodge parries or score a critical hit, they gain agility movement point. Yeah, I don't know. I can't take the inertia boots off of you. They're way too good. Yeah, Cabela is like perfect items, pretty much. Yeah, we have like a defensive setup and then the staff setup. So the only thing is like that chest plate. This was significantly more armor. Do I get that toughness bonus? Oh, you do get the toughness bonus even if you aren't from that Fortress World. 20% dodge against demons. This does not give me a dodge penalty either. You could wear that. But you have higher dodge with that, and I think that that's better for you. What about Adira, actually? 14% dodge. What does that scale off of? Awareness. 15 toughness. That was kind of good on her, honestly. And it would give her a little bit more HP, so she wouldn't go down so easily. Bit more armor in exchange for a bit less dodge. Her dodge goes up once she starts using Psyker powers, so giving her something like right off the top might actually be more useful. I think we'll do that. Deathworld Origin, even more of a barbarian, might bite you in the arse. Going Iconoclast in the first run. I think Iconoclast is a good first run, honestly, because it's the only one that kind of feels like you're not a bad guy the whole time. Like having Imperial World NPCs for the same reason that they give the Rogue Trader a stat boost. I actually haven't taken that ability on anybody, but I feel like I should have.
Unseen. Uncover my
Unsanctioned Psyker? I did. Yes. I often found I had like 1 AP left over every single turn, so I was like, I'm just going to become a Psyker so I can do some fire damage to the things as required. It seemed reasonable. Hive World Origin Voidsman armor. Medium 65 armor with a bonus to perception. And Rise of Pattern Chainswords. Good grief. Hold on a minute. I didn't expect that. Oh, it looks so dumb, though. Oh, right. She's wearing light armor, though. Yeah, because she needs that dodge chance. Ah, man, I don't know that I can bring myself to wear armor that looks this stupid. Even if it's better stats. You, though. Int bonus weapon to weapon and ballistic skill. Plus 8 to weapon skill and ballistic skill. Yeah, 10% extra dodge. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good on you. Nothing else really scales up of it. You're wearing power armor. You're wearing Imperium armor. You're wearing spinner armor. All right, screw it. Let's go.
Seize the opportunity.
Fashion is the true feature of any CRPG. Yeah, I'm generally in agreement. Where do we go now? Assumably, Calcazar will let us talk to him. TBH, not sure. Would be nice, though. Something's happening here, yeah. Frosher. Elderly man in front of you is moving with the noiselessness of an experienced servant. He bows primarily and it says in a raspy voice, "The Lord Inquisitor bade me inform you that he pleasures to see your lordship at his palace. There are matters of the utmost urgency that he wishes to discuss, and he hopes you will find the time to meet him in the near future." Who are you? My name is Frosher. I have the honor of being the Lord Inquisitor's retainer. The man is unarmed and wearing no Inquisition insignia, but the military sharpness of his upright posture suggests he is a servant who doubles as a bodyguard. What makes Calcazar think he can summon me like a lackey? I will pass on your reply to the Lord Inquisitor. I dare not intrude upon your lordship's time any longer. I love sassing people. Sicarian rust stalkers. We're getting close. But we're still not here. Tempestuous Carapace, Soul Pattern Shotgun, Advanced Medikits. Ah, that's the Force Sword I've been looking for, and the Omniscience Holy Symbol. Thank you. Thank you. So this one allows me to immediately re-roll parry attempts. And this other one gives me 25 bonus to dodge and parry. I'll be honest, actually, this might better be the better option. 20 tech use and logic can re-roll tech use and logic tests once. Obviously, you're taking that. I don't care what else you have. Ah. That is really hard to say. I think the dodge is more valuable. My parry chance is, like, if I take that off, is going to be under 50%.
Will bow.
So there's a part of me that's just like, well, why bother? The armor bandit's already just shooting people down in the street. Incendia's body has been savaged. There's a hole in her skull and spoons stuck in her exposed brain. Pieces of paper with verdicts have been nailed all over her body. Oh yeah, and we have this new servo skull who's got a little book in front of him. That's fun.
The world
Harmonious.
trembles beneath my feet.
Greetings, young Von Valencius. I'm offering my prayers to the Emperor for the souls that were robbed of a chance to serve him a little while longer. All that consoles me is knowing that their final moments were those of anguish and thus of sublimation. Your expedition perished. Captain Virgil was a kind but unfallible man, so was my brother in service. It grieves me that their kindness failed to test the void presented them here. Let their death serve as a reminder of us all. Is it true the pirate Dens Bellardo was your parishioner and you endowed the Drusians with donations? It is. Over the course of his life, that retrobate burdened his soul with many vile and egregious acts. His confessions were akin to a grand catechism, listing humankind's imminent vices and enormities. It was all the more painful for him to realize of the heinous acts he committed, not one had been forgotten by the Emperor. He was afraid of death and that which would await him. He hoped to atone for his misdeeds, yearned to convince, if not the Emperor, then himself, that he had become a more conscious speck of malignant mold his entire life. A sentimental old man trying to buy absolution from his tumultuous youth. How pathetic. So it is. We are contemptible in our faults as we are pathetic in our desire to run from the realization of our own base nature. I'd really like to get him flipped around here, so. Designers have the hard choice. Do I do good or do I eat the baby? But the real hard decision is my gear is numerically superior, but doesn't make me look like an absolute clown. Spinner breastplate, 2 force swords, and a skull mask. Nice. Nice. What do you think of the justice I served? I grieve. We did what we had to, but I mourn our loss all the same. Incendia's soul might have been lost, but it was still purer than many of the vipers that called themselves holy fathers of the ecclesiarchy. Her life could have served as an example of the true faith to many. All right, whatever. Dweeb.
Unexplored.
Shopkeeper? No, no. You ain't got no shop for me. The towering statue of the Emperor that used to stand majestically in front of the Legis Palace was toppled and shattered by the crowd. The charred husks of the throne that formerly served as the seat of Incendia's court is lodged between its remains. Yeah, this place is looking good. It's looking in real good shape. Heretic Path is really satisfying once you start corrupting characters. I know. We still haven't fully corrupted Pascal, and that is like driving me wild.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
All right, this is going to be a dangerous conversation. I'm a little bit worried about it. The Lord Inquisitor is engrossed in studying star system charts and reports, which are amassed on the desk like ridges of a formidable mountain range. There are shadows beneath his eyes, which are ruthlessly dissecting the latest report, and his skin seems stretched taut over the bones of his skull. Without turning his head to you, he says wearily, "Greetings, your lordship. Your timing is impeccable." Time we take the head of Calcazar? If we can. What was that? Getting him a cup of tea? An aged servant with the bearing of a veteran approaches the two of you. In a precise movement, he replaces the untouched cup of cold recap in front of the Lord Inquisitor with a new one slightly steaming. Hospitality is not in the Inquisition's forte, I see, we say, looking at his solitary cup. What, do you expect me to drink this poison? May the Emperor's mercy ensure that we never have cause to experience the hospitality of the Inquisition. Froshar, see to our guest. His voice seems to endow the servant with a phenomenal ability to move instantly through space. A cup of recap appears in front of you before the sound of the Lord Inquisitor's voice dies away. Adira shrinks under Calcazar's gaze and seems to sidle behind you, but the Lord Inquisitor doesn't even deign to address the Psyker with a remark. Jay touches the Aquila on her chest and drops her head in an unnecessary deep bow. Oh, Lord Inquisitor, smiting spear of the Imperium with the gold of faith cutting through the nebula of the critic. I really should have taken Marazai here. If I were you, Mistress Haydari, I would endeavor not to draw the Inquisition's attention to my person. A Mercatum Tabula official can do many things. Reattaching a head to a body is not one of them. A death cultist and the rogue trader's personal bodyguard. I am curious. Do you still adhere firmly to your cult's dogma, or has the loyalty to your master outgrown your faith? Maybe I should actually load this save and take Marazai here, because he's Ordo Xenos, right? If anyone's going to want to kill him. I don't really want Jay with us on this quest. I know it's a bit of jerking around, but like Jay hasn't really been like a regular companion in the squad. Where Marazai has kind of been, well, he's my husband though, so I feel way more inclined to take him.
Embrace truth.
And it'll only take me a moment. Actually, can I just do it from this screen? No. No? No. Gotta go to the ship, come back down. Took him there as the heretic path. It was a very interesting interaction. I mean, I feel like it's gotta be, right? He's been such a good character to have along with us. He's so fun. He's so useful. I will say we don't really have anybody with lore Imperium, which feels a bit unfortunate, but also not really the end of the world. Let's give you bonuses while bleeding. And then weapon skill. Great. Thank you for your patience. Let's get going. I am really curious to see how different the game is as like a dogmatic character. I mean, like I don't even want to take half the characters with me. We got rid of Heinrichs, who's like arguably the best character in the game. Come on, come on, come on. Hospitality. Give me my cup of recaf. Adira shrinks. Calcazar gives your retinue a cursory glance until the gaze rests on Marazai. Incendia has allowed a Xenos of the most dangerous variety to roam freely on Footfall. The esteemed Lady Chorda has a frankly surprising amount of respect for the privileges bestowed by your warrant. I rather think the Monkey fears what may befall her should she try to get rid of me. You guys forget the fact that we cut off her head? He stares baldly? I think it's meant to be boldly at Calcazar with no deference whatsoever. Perhaps he has no inkling of who he's talking to. A death cultist and the rogue trader's personal bodyguard. Do you still adhere firmly to your cult's dogma, or has your loyalty to your master outgrown your faith? My loyalty to the Doman stems from the Undying One's will. Such is the thread of his blade until his whispers bid it to spin a different one. Sip my recap. Despite the lightning speed at which Frosher served your drink, he managed not to spill a drop. The taste of the recap strikes you as a perfect match for the palace's new master. Brutally strong and burning with a sharp hit of precious aromatic spices. Are you aware of the changes Incendia has wrought on Footfall? Naturally, her ladyship has done me an invaluable service by taking on the task of installing order on the station. Though her style of leadership seems unnecessarily brutal, on whole, her actions have not exceeded the bounds I set. If you think she's unnecessarily brutal, why have you not intervened? Firstly, I entrusted the task to her ladyship, and she is executing it competently. And secondly, biggest Turg, are you unaware of what I'm striving to do here? At present, I'm trying to prevent the death of billions, yet you ask me why I'm choosing not to save hundreds. Well, I killed her. The Lord Inquisitor does not appear aggrieved. As I understand, that was a private confrontation between two rogue traders, yes? As such, I hope your houses will reach a reconciliation with her heir. Have you not hindered my plans? You have not hindered my plans. Lady Incendia purged Footfall sufficiently that I was not distracted by the need to pacify it. What's the current situation? The cult of the Final Dawn and the Drukhari Raiders are vying with each other to see who can cause us the greatest turmoil. I have mobilized all the forces I can to repel the attacks, which is why we are still alive. Combined military brigades are hunting for Xenos and guarding convoys, and expeditionary platoons under my command are crushing heretic rebellions. The situation is unstable, but I will not pretend I was not prepared for this crisis. We have not lost our footing yet. You've mobilized all forces, but not House von Valancius. What makes you think you're capable of commanding the whole sector? Actually, let's ask him that. Do you see a better candidate for the job? I may no longer be the first flush of youth, but believe me when I say there are many things I would much rather be doing than playing constable to the Koronus Expanse. Alas, every ruler in our sector chooses to confine their concern to the well-being of their own holdings. I must alone take care of all. You haven't mobilized us. Are you not standing before me now? While your status remains unclear, I preferred not to requisition the resources of the House von Valancius Protectorate. Your people dealt with Urlan the Cruel's agents and with Xenos rages, and that was enough for me. Now is the time to add your might and talents to the scale. What's prompted the Drukhari to act? A relatively major political upheaval has taken place at Gamora. The Cabal of the Reaving Tempest lost its grip on authority and became a target for enemies and rivals. Many vassals and members of the Cabal decided that fleeing to real space was preferable than waiting to be killed. Intriguing news. More so than I expected. And the Cult of the Final Dawn? The warp is raging, the baleful sign that portends change and crisis begets desperation, the most fertile ground for heresy. I believe the archenemy's servants think their time has come, or perhaps this day was marked in the profane scriptures as the date of the end of the existence. I will not trouble myself with further attempts to make sense of their blasphemous doctrine. They are bent on destroying us all, and so they must be destroyed. So you must have some sort of ingenious plan. The glance tossed at you is like a shot from an auto pistol at point-blank range. If such a plan were to exist, information about it would be of the utmost secrecy. I suggest you focus your current strategy on putting out each fire as you encounter it. All right, calm down. You became the Drukhari's personal Slanesh. How sweet. Oh, yeah. No, we've been all up to all kinds of things. It really captures the Warhammer essence. It does, right? I feel like this more than any other game. Darktide does a pretty good job. And like Deathwing does a good job at making you feel like a Terminator, Deathwing Space Hulk. But this captures like such a broad spectrum of things. So turn to playing Karen von Valancius. I believe my retinue will be fairly small. A lot of people gone. Yeah. Definitely, if you're playing Dogmatic, you've got a small crew to pick from. I escaped for Gamora. You escaped from the Dark City, a feat that few have accomplished. Truly, I congratulate you on an exceptional performance. I won't even mar your triumph by telling you that the Inquisition will, of course, be watching you very closely. I sincerely hope your grand escape was not part of their devious machinations. What's going on with you in Winterscale? His lordship deemed it more important to show off his stubbornness than to safeguard the interests of the Expanse. Stupidity of the most burdensome kind. My sources inform me he nevertheless has joined my efforts against the Xenos, but he's decided to stay my sanctions for a time. Did you even try to discuss it with him, or did you immediately set Incendia on him? His jaw hardens. Despite the impression I may have created, I am not a schoolmaster obliged to rein in misbehaving rogue traitors. Caligos rejected the call to fulfill his duty to the Emperor. What discussion was there to be had? Why do you think he acted that way? He's displayed a susceptibility to corrupting ideas. His loss of interest in managing his protectorate and his appetite for violence drew my notice some time ago. The only question that remains unanswered is how many agents of the Arch Enemy have infiltrated his entourage. Oh, I know. Rest assured that his lordship will face the consequences. All right, what do you want? Frosher, if you please. The servant draws some kind of remote control from his pocket. The sounds and sources are more than 3 meters away, fade to nothing. Privacy shield. Maybe also close the door? You have misconstrued me. It is I who intend to help you, your lordship. I am displeased with you. You inherited a certain reputation from Theodora, and you have thoroughly tarnished that reputation. Under these difficult circumstances, a person in my position might decide that you ought to be killed before your actions become truly deleterious. Corruption has rooted itself deep in your soul. You serve the ruinous powers, and the ruinous powers serve you. But instead, I'm giving you a chance to redeem yourself, to serve me and therefore the Imperium, to demonstrate your extraordinary talents and to dispel the doubts surrounding you, at least partly. This is a most generous and rare opportunity. Do not squander it. You will reconquer Euphrates II for me. Frosher, another recraft. This one has gone cold. Euphrates, eh? 40k atmosphere in this game is chef's kiss. Finish Ronin, play Shogun and Mass Effect. Nice. That's a good lineup. That's a very good lineup. Pascal jerks his head up, clearly recognizing the name Calcazar just uttered. What, Euphrates 2? Abelard stifles a grunt of displeasure, his mutter pitched for your ears only. You will reconquer Euphrates 2 for me. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor has done away with all pretense and politeness now. His orders no longer come with even the veneer of request. Repent sincerely. You're displeased with me? On what grounds? By what right? By the right, it seems, of the sole person in the sector who still remembers his duty to the Emperor, and on the grounds of your numerous grubby little deeds of which I have full knowledge. His voice snaps out like a weapon bolt, pressing his lips into a hard line in a harried and vexed tone. He says, I have no time for games, Von Valencius. We both tire before I finish reciting the list of all your transgressions. You're not here to test my knowledge, so let us agree that you have already more than earned your sentence. Have I expressed myself in terms basic enough for you to understand? This guy your valet or an assassin? Why not both? Frosher's been a member of my retinue for 50 Tyran years. We have cause to be involved in many incidents whose reports have been marked with a seal of silence. He nods. To what do I owe such an honor? To whom else could I entrust this mission? No need to feign ignorance, Von Valencius. We both know the shortcomings of the other candidates. At present in the Expanse, there are two people with a perspective and steady hand required to control the situation, and they're both standing in this room. So, if you will, dispense with the humble rogue trader act and win this war. All right, what can you tell me? A sacred word of the Adeptus Mechanicus off limits to the lay people. I am one of the few who does not worship the Omnissiah to have set foot on the surface. Or rather, I was, but now it's crawling with unbelievers. The word bearers attacked and captured Euphrates, and the cult of the Final Dawn brought an entire horde of heretics to the planet. Registering a Sanctity Alpha priority mission, the scourge of corrupted misbelievers reigning over blessed workshops fills the Omnissiah's faithful with anguish. Activating auto-asceticism protocols, I offer a prayer for the liberation of this sacred world. Derp, hello, how you doing? From beneath Pasquale's crimson robes comes the sound of mechanisms whirring to life and dark bloodstains streak across the fabric. I sent my troops to aid the explorers' forces laying siege to the world, but a rift occurred among the commanders. They need an authoritative general, and you are perfect for the role. My confidence is not misplaced, I trust. Well, I hope so. You need advice on the game? Fire away, my dude. I'll help you how I can. The word bearers themselves are on the planet. They didn't send in their puppets. Clearly, the stakes are high enough. Erlon the Cruel has stirred his profane self to make a personal appearance on Euphrates 2. Conrad Voigtgear, incidentally, is also there. We have unfinished business with him. I will generously leave him to you. When you are finished with him, you may dispose of the mortal remains. No need to surrender them to the Inquisition. Consider it a gift. What matter first brought you there? An utterly transparent attempt to learn in secret intelligence. I offer to make you my general, and you try to pump me for information. Poorly done. Or, well, what do they want with Euphrates? Pure speculation. Okay. What forces do we have in place, and what is the rift that occurred? Explorator fleet recalled its most combat-ready units to retake the world. They were supposed to be the most powerful strike fleet and a group of deadlier allies. I dispatched a pack of space wolves to hunt them down. The leaders have failed to find a common language. The esteemed Thorvald is at odds with the conclave of the Mechanicus' battle congregation, and the Omnissiah's servants find Thorvald's strident nature off-putting. Neither group is fond of militant Sibilek, who commands my forces. We're not fond, to be precise. The esteemed militant perished along with his ship a week ago when the noble allies failed to support his offensive. Okay. You reached Archetype 2 several years ago with Cassia and wonder if I should reload to player tactician because strategist bore use. You can respec characters. If you go to High Factorum Danrock, he has an option that you can just respec. And the first, like, 3 times you do it, it's free. 3 or more. It might just be free all the time now. So. Several hours ago with Cassia. To Tactician because Strategist bores you? I mean, both of them work really well for Cassia. I think the thing is that, like, Cassia, you mostly just want to lean into the Psyker abilities. Like, the Navigator abilities are really where she shines. So, having her as a Tactician or a Strategist is, like, totally good. Ask for training for yourself and for your officers. Yeah. From the Factorum. She can absolutely play either role. She also probably makes a decent Overseer if it's unlockable for her. Strategist is stronger, but it annoys me to place those areas. That's totally fair. I also feel that way. I had Pascal as a strategist and then turned him into a bounty hunter because I found those areas kind of just slowed things down a lot. I think you kind of have the answer there. Like, if you're not having fun with the class, just pick a different one. You don't need to min-max everything unless you're playing on unfair difficulty. So if you're just playing on like normal or even like core or hard or whatever it is, like you're probably fine just picking whatever ones you want. So keep trying to make us support Cassia, but she keeps making me nuke guys with her nav powers. Yeah, she does that very well. She does it very, very well. I find once they hit like a certain threshold, like Adira was a support caster and then she hit a certain threshold and now she just kills everything instantly. So her eye is the best. Yep. Littlest Adira is MVP. I mean, the fact that you can use an ability to just get everyone to run out of cover and bunch together and then you can hit them with a massive AoE stun that like also lights them on fire. It's nuts. How did you manage to enlist the aid of the Angels of the Emperor? I must remind you that I'm still Lord Inquisitor and not merely some, how do you always say, some Grux bothering prick. If certain rogue traders who at times allow themselves to speak to me in an overly willful manner, that should not give you cause to doubt my authority. All right, well, the situation is clear. I can decline? Well, I gotta try this. Uh-oh. Oh, this is the option where you get rid of these guys, I think. I'm going off because your game spoils you. Absolutely, my dude. I understand. Good luck. You're on hard, but not unfair. Yeah. Don't, I guess I would say as a final thing, don't hesitate. If the game gets too hard, just turn it down as well. You know, enjoy it. Make the choices that you find are fun. Don't worry about the min-max too much, so. Abelard belatedly raises his hand as if trying to stop you. A venomous chuckle escapes Marazai's lip. He's looking between you and Calcazar with great interest. The Lord Inquisitor replies in a soft, arid voice, "It's not a request, it's a command, and I'm far past the point of humoring your pride and vanity. Hold a war council." How come if these guys showed up that Solomorn is not here? This document attests to the extraordinary powers you now have at your disposal. I am counting on your success, Biggest Turg. I warned you, rogue traitor. You reek of corruption from head to toe. Even an honorable death will not wash away the stench. The Inquisitor is free to absolve you of whatever he likes, but for me, being part of your war band is a disgrace. Farewell. Ulfar spits and stares past you contemptuously. Thank you for your water, Ulfar. This is also normally, I think, Heinrichs and Uralet also leave you here. You have carried Theodore's unholy legacy, Biggest Turg, and you have surpassed her 100 times in unholiness. How regrettable. Farewell, and pray to the Emperor that you find redemption before I have to grant you his peace. For heretics. She pauses. The fire in her eyes could incinerate you. Deserve no quarter. As if you're without transgressions, Argenta. Yeah, I'm not gonna take that from her. Ulfar I don't really care about. There is a difference between not being without transgression and steeped in heresy. All right, that's fair. The former can be atoned by righteous deeds and service. The latter can be burned away with cleansing fire. You know, I've always found your sermons nauseating. My ears will be glad to be free of them. Burn in the abyss, Biggest Turg. All right, I've had enough of these absurd accusations. I'm leaving. Calcazar, who has been observing the unfolding scene in silence, takes a slow sip from his cup. I'm not even going to talk to Ulfar. I don't care. Well, then, I hope a diminished retinue will be no obstacle to doing your duty, Turg. Dismissed.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
I'm steeped in enlightenment. Yeah, you're right. I don't got to take this from them. So rude. Death in the air meshes so well with Blade Dancer Biomancer. Yeah. It's an executioner trait. Biomancer giving toxin damage. Death in the air does it every time an enemy with toxin is inflicted dies. So crazy. There is a weapon. We have it on Marazai. Where also, like, if you attack something, it spreads its tox damage to everything in 2 cells of it. But I'm not sure it's working. It certainly feels to me like it has not been working. But the jury's out.
Let's seize the...
Just like us. Let's get the hell out of here. Did we max out heresy? My dude, we're 55 points past max out heresy. We're so goddamn heretical, I don't even know what to do with it. It did, in fact, happen on this trip. I think it was actually when I forced Vladim to make Footfall, like, treat me as a living god. I think that was the point that I became a full-blown heretic. What is it? Zealot. Yeah, fanatic. Votary, fanatic, zealot. Don't try to be heretical. It's just natural at this point. Talk to Jay. Hold a war council. Also have all these contracts. You know what? I'm just going to do these. Kill off my profit factor. Completed 20 contracts. I figured there'd be some kind of achievement for that. We didn't go for the heretical option on the priest and heretical on Ryza. No, I just because I was already maxed out, so I was like, I'm gonna do the skill check here. So Jay has a quest for us. I wonder if our place looks any crazier. Huh. Also, Pascal still has unholy flesh. Also, I wonder now that we're maxed out, can we get something special from the Chaos Shrine?
Shireen, O glorious son of dozens of worlds and billions of subjects, have you come to converse with Jai Hidari about the sweetness of her soul? Or do you wish to speak to a trade representative of the Imperium? Well, does the guise of one of the most powerful people in the Expanse suit me?
Shrug.
No wisdom can compare to a fool's silence. Don't get me wrong, Shireen. I am talking about myself. I should have kept my mouth shut instead of tiring you out with my incessant babbling.
How is your gang faring, Jay?
Like you need to ask, Shireen. These Ashmags and Calcazar are tenacious. They lick their wounds faster than the Arji themselves. Tora finally got an implant for her jaw. Now she can speak properly instead of braying like a toothless donkey. She's been recruiting strapping guys and gals too, because Falco culled our ranks. May Arji savage the soul of that interstellar piranha.
Good, more gangs for us. You said you wanted to reflect on what happened.
Oh yes, Shireen. And here is what I think. Since the day we first met, I have been tossed about like a boat in a storm. Battered, dashed against the rocks, lashed by the waves. And then I was flung onto the shore, and a fabulous gift washed up beside me. A precious pearl of the deep. The Mercatum Tabula Officiale. And it was not fate, or the glitter of golden bubbles that steered me on that voyage. Oh no. I realized the power of those who hide in the blinding light of luminaries such as yourself, Shireen. The power that lies in being a shadow that upholds order and light by skirting around antiquated laws. I will become that shadow, Shireen. Perhaps I will even be your shadow. Not another pawn of the Kasbalika mission, but a shadow baron of the Expanse in my own right. A power far more imperious and formidable than any penny-pinching steward.
I do kind of like the vibe of this. She's so passive-aggressive. Interstellar Piranha, a fabulous insult. It is, right? Sean, thank you for the hydro checks. Can't have enough. A Shadow Baron sounds good to me.
Then it is decided. Starting today, I will sail toward the future I choose. What a thrill it will be to ride the waves wherever they want to take me.
Tell me about your business.
My trade means knowing the right people and non-people. Having the right connections. I think we've said... Oh.
I don't care that much. I want to take a quick stop into the Chaos Altar here just to see if we get anything more for being totally whacked out. We are still missing... Well, I don't know if we're missing something there or not. The Rogue Stater's Familiar has its own maintenance station. Okay, yeah, I know that. But I guess thank you for telling me. Is there something more we have to do here? Nope. I don't know what that monster is. Maybe before my time. Oh my god, I forgot about the Koronus parasite engine. Just hangs out in my bedroom. Give me weird tentacle sex whenever it wants. Honestly, like, not that good an ability. +3 temporary wounds. I feel like it should be a higher number. But alas. Can we talk to Cat Pascal about the Xeno stuff? We can try.
The Omniscient knows all. Culprit, the request is... Acknowledge. I am honored to belong to the priesthood of Mars. Acknowledge.
Doesn't seem like it. His stuff is tied up in Nomos, right? Turn on. What have you been doing? Sourback. I don't think I've ever talked to you. Are you going to be where the Gene Stealers are? Thank you for dispatching such attentive guards to my bath chamber. Taking a bath with them was entertaining. Excuse me, Lord Captain, what did you say? Yes, they immediately left their posts and jumped straight into my tub. This will not happen again. Your enforcers are doing a poor job of keeping order on the lower decks. I caught some kind of rash because of them. The Emperor protected... The mask of nonchalance on her face shatters. She rolls up your sleeve with one hand, pushing the tip of a long glass syringe into the center of the growing rash. A cramp runs through your body and a cold sweat breaks out in your temple, but the itching subsides. Wait, you didn't cure it, did you? That's not what I asked you to do. Void leprosy. Our surgeons know of a remedy that prevents its development in an early stage of infection, but if treatment is delayed, the patient's fate is not pretty. When did it begin? And why wasn't I informed immediately? I beg you to punish me for this ignominious transgression. 100 lashes. Sorry, this is... Absolutely not. Absolutely, you are not allowed to cure my void leprosy. It's very important that we keep void leprosy. It's my pledge to Nurgle.
Shireen, oh
we gotta do this again.
Wisdom can compare. And it... What happened, Shireen? Have you grown tired of my company?
Sorry.
That's love.
Almost kicked her off my ship. Everyone else we talked to... Talk to Sourback again. I want the void leprosy. We gotta have the void leprosy. It's the best. What's your opinion on me, a Lord Captain? I do not share the disgraceful concerns that certain crew members indulge in. Those who whisper about your so-called apostasy from the Emperor are all traitors. The courage from which you ignore the opinions of others deserves admiration. There's fire in the black depths of her gaze. If she could, she would devour you whole with her sidelong glances. I seem to be detecting something more than admiration. Then what about awe? Her pupils dilate and she licks her lips. Thinking about how superior you are to those around you, you can permit yourself. It leaves me trembling. In my chambers in 5 minutes. That's an order. I could do that. Sourback lovingly strokes the stiff cord that's braided around the hilt of her weapon. It still retains the heat of the passion-charged flesh. She raises her eyes, full of dark satisfaction to you. It's an exceptionally rare sight. Lord Captain, have I obeyed your orders well enough? I hope this will have no effect on the diligence in performing your duties. Any intimacy shared between us confers no special privileges. Of course, she says in a tone of surprise, sounding somewhat affronted. In fact, I request that you show me no favor as a consequence of this encounter. This evening itself has been a privilege. You are dismissed? Yes, Lord Captain. Well, I mean, while I'm here, I might as well pray to the gods. Might as well do a quick prayer. That was super easy, yeah. Yocasta's ready to bang. This is why Yocasta was the first NPC you banged in the game? Yeah. I can see why. Quick save here. Let's just see if there's anything else we got to pray to the gods, take a bath with Abelard. How did you come to serve on the flagship? Why are you here instead of basking in luxury? Because of my cousin Macarius. I can't stand him, but the feeling is mutual. I should thank my obnoxious cousin for nudging me towards the best decision of my life. I put him in his place. It was enjoyable. I'm sure he deserved it. How'd you get Imperial Navy armor? The previous Master at Arms. On the death of the predecessor. What do you think about the other officers? I don't trust him, but I don't trust anyone. Okay. What can you tell me about Abelard? A model of competence and fidelity. The years have not been kind to the deeply respected Master Wersarian. The steel in his spine remains unbending as ever. All right. I hope you won't repeat the mistakes of the previous Master at Arms. All right, we're done here.
Lord Captain. Lord
Captain. Have I banged everyone I could? No, I failed to bang, like, basically everybody. Like, I was trying to bang Cabela and we screwed that up somehow. I don't think we ever banged Jay. But only because she wanted, like, presents and stuff from us. Ooh, holy gifts. Shortly before our departure from Footfall, a group of messengers in luxurious garbs delivered a strongbox and several chests bearing the signature of House Orselio. The use of gold-clad servants instead of servitors was an extravagant attempt to draw the attention of the rogue trader. Considering the incident on the capital world, the enforcer officers checked the gifts thrice. I'm pleased to report that none of them threaten your Lady Cassia or the crew's well-being. A closer examination of the strongbox revealed a data slate with a vid message addressed personally to you along with some kind of encrypted data. All right, decode the encryption first. A messenger service call has been sent to the Omniscience servant compartment. Once the data has been encrypted, I will notify you immediately. Now show me the vid message. Rogue traitor, we grant Regent Aranto Orselio send greetings and hopes this message finds you in good health. You spared the Regent's life while passing judgment on the House of the Navigators. A bloated face with sagging skin and a gaping hole where the nose should be. House Orselio will soon hold a grand council within the Palace of Atlas, the holy relic that connects all navigators of our house. This meeting will take place not in the physical world, but in the world of thoughts, dreams, and visions. It's the only way to avoid bloodshed and decide the fate of the sacred child. We feel the soul of the child is full of dismay, and yet the child's words bear a lot of weight. The rogue trader's words bear a lot of weight with the child, so we may soothe its anxiety and lead the child down the right path, the path of accepting its duty before the house and ascending the Novator's throne. I hope you consider my offer. It's in your power to not only strengthen the bond between your dynasties, but multiply your riches at the same time. The gifts accompanying this message are but an insignificant part of the great regent's gratitude. May the God Emperor protect us all. I'm told the message has been relayed to your cogitator. I hope the data did not get corrupted. Oh my God, what now? Lord Captain, multiple critical systems are failing throughout the vessel. Half the compartments are no longer responding. The ship is falling apart. We need your presence immediately. Did I just upload a virus to my system? Cabela left you with a "it's not you, it's me" after we were an item? Rough. Turmoil reigns on the bridge with officers running about frantically tapping the cogitator ruins, operators issuing commands into hissing voxcasters, and enforcers brandishing and checking their weapons. Only the master helmsman looks curiously unperturbed. I'm glad you've made it here in one piece, your lordship. The crew is running ship damage control procedures. The situation has been recorded as critical. Mistress Sourback and I are temporarily in charge of the bridge. I'm organizing the technical staff while Yocasta musters the enforcers. The Honorable Vox and Infernus Masters have departed for the affected compartments to take charge of the subordinates, but remain present on the Vox line. Where's the High Factorum? Danrock was on the freight line inspecting warehouses. He's not been in contact since. We're assuming the worst. Oh no, he's the only one who knows my secret. Where is my retinue? In their quarters or carrying out their duties. Immediately after the emergency meeting, I will summon those you request as escorts. What's happened? Your comm bead springs to life. Infernus Master speaking, there's been several large explosions throughout the ship. A cascading blackout has knocked out lighting, transportation lines, air filtration, and heat control. Multiple fires detected. All Infernus Guild forces have been deployed for emergency repairs. We will save the ship no matter the cost. We are blind, unpowered, defenseless, sinking spittoon, drifting through the abyss. The total volume of outages was nearly enough to turn us into an adamantine casket. The crew has suffered heavy casualties due to explosive depressurization, loss of air supplies, multiple fires, and failures. The numbers are getting worse by the minute. Accident or sabotage? Convinced that we've been attacked from within. Oh, maybe this is the Gene Stealer's comeback. It might have been a chain reaction caused by accidental failure. The ship is old, but I can commend Mr. Sourback's vigilance. It's appropriate at this hour. We need a plan of action. Priority order for the repairs of critical systems, and many bays have descended into bedlam and riots, making the work difficult. People are terrified and they're about to die. In addition, some decks have become inaccessible. The trapped crew members' time is running out. The optimal survival strategy for the vessel does not include the survival of those poor sods. I do hope it's obvious to everyone that my treasures, trophies, and relics are to be rescued first. Everything else comes second. A moment's silence fills the bridge. Finally, a cautious response comes from the Voxcaster. Copy that, Lord Captain. Every effort will be made to save your treasures and preserve the cultural heritage of the dynasty. Sourback's comm bursts to life. Her face contorts with rage. There's been an incident on the flight deck. A mob of voidsmen and laborers, despicable cowards all, are trying to break through to the shuttles. The enforcers are holding them back, but the cordon is in danger of being overrun. Tell them they have my permission. Gather them all in one compartment, seal it, and vent it into the void. I have no need for cowardly refuse. Having given the order, Sourback listens to the box with a furtive smile and nods contentedly. The apartment's been vented. The vessel's been purged. Raver shakes his head. The pressure's dropping. Bridge ventilation system's completely busted, Lord Captain. I humbly request you move to the officer's deck where the emergency headquarters are to be established. The bridge is no longer safe. I must ask you to hurry while the tech priests are still supplying the elevator with power. My assistants and I will stay here and report on systems readings. We have an emergency supply of void suits and we won't croak right away. Chaos. Absolute goddamn chaos on my ship. Here I was trying to go to Euphrates 2. And what happens? My ship explodes. That guy Einrich, did you bang him? No, but we did kind of like have a lot of foreplay on a ship, on a train. Damn, man, Abelard looks so pimp. Well, that's not good. I had to kick open the door myself? Doesn't sound like a rogue trader's job. The elevator shaft has expelled you into the dim of the emergency lighting. The smell of promethium and burnt flesh only adds to the nausea, confirming that you have suffered a concussion. Your elbow's twisted at an odd angle and your body is racked with pain. But there is a silver lining to the agony. It means you're not dead. Marazai looks as if there's been no crash at all. His impossible agility clearly allowed him to avoid more than just injury. There doesn't even seem to be any dust on his armor. Death was tantalizingly close there. I wish your monkey technologies delivered such surprises more often. Reset the dislocated elbow. The bone crunches unpleasantly and a sharp pain pierces your arm, but you manage to reset the elbow. It's swollen and looks worrisome, but you can move your arm. It's a miracle you survived the elevator wreckage. Guide rails lie in a twisted pile over a crown of shattered plasteel. The elevator was equipped with safety devices meant to stop the cabin inside the shaft, but at least half of them failed. Your fall was no accident. Smoke and darkness limit your vision, but judging by the stench of rust and unwashed bodies, they're somewhere on the lower decks. You can hear the crackling of flames, groans, screams, and rumble of falling beams. The disaster has not spared this compartment. The comm bead emits only unintelligible hissing. Either it was damaged in the fall, or the lines in this compartment have failed. Escape the lower decks. Well, I believe with a crashed elevator, our ship in tatters, and mysteries awaiting us on the freight line, it's the perfect place for us to cliffhang. It's the perfect place for us to cliffhang this episode. And when we come back next time, we'll clear out, I guess, the rest of maybe these Gene Stealers and make our way to Euphrates 2 to determine the War Council. Until then.